Welcome. Today is a beautiful day, and I recently moved here to this place that I met in Europe, which is Slovakia. Now, I've had many conversations with people, and I heard many opinions about how people and what they think of this place and the way they appreciate or don't appreciate their life in this. Well, the thing is, look at all the nature and all the green around here, right? And this country, and of course I'm giving this as an example, right? This country doesn't know war, like in the recent time. They're not really dramatic. It's not a very. It's a peaceful country. Uh, Living here is what I would what I would consider high quality, in the sense that. So this is why I'm bringing this up. I had many conversations with people and talking about how it is, how they hate this place, or how they don't really appreciate, and they don't know what they have, is what I'm trying to say. Like where I come from, and there is a contrast, like, because we don't know what we have till it's gone, right? But it goes the other way around too. We When you don't really appreciate, don't appreciate what you do have, it doesn't matter where you are. Because I've seen like people complain about living here and the conditions, but I told them, have you ever been woken up at 3 a.m. from an alarm about missiles? Like, have you ever spent like 2 months straight with alarms going around all over every day, like in missiles dropping down and killing people around you? Have you ever? Because see, to me, when you talk about how the difficulties of living here and being in survival and etc., it only goes to show who you are, like how you see the world. So, because we don't see the world as it is, we see it as we are. So, you could be anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter. If you don't appreciate what you have, if you don't see the good, if you don't appreciate the little things, if you don't see the big picture, if you don't take it in perspective, in the sense that it could be worse, it could be better, it could be worse, appreciate what you do have, then it doesn't matter where you are. You could be living in Dubai, you could be extremely rich, you can have the best partner, wife or husband, and the greatest kids. You probably won't if you have this mentality, but but you could still be unhappy. You could still be depressed. When I see people here, and we talked about this, I talked about this with people about how they get depressed and they drink, and it's kind of funny. Like I'm thinking, and I'm not judging, of course. That's why I moved here. But you can see like when you move around and you meet all sorts of people, you can see a pattern, and you learn that it's not the place, it's the person. I appreciate what I have here, but I appreciated it back where I came from as well. It didn't see. I know people that hate the cold, right? We talked about this too. But without the cold, you can't appreciate the heat. And in the same sense, like I find the good in the situation, in the environment, in the place. So I choose to focus because you feel what you focus on. So I focus on the good, on this. I focus on the fact that it's peaceful. So yeah, you have corruption. It's really hard to get by. Salaries are completely garbage. There's so many to fix, so many things to fix. But look at all the good as well. You don't have a war. You don't have people dying in the street. You have all this nature. You have some freedom to do, like you have your weekend, you have free time. You have your home, you have your privacy. You have a country that doesn't force you to do stuff you most of the time against, like it's it's a corrupt, but it's the entire world. The corruption stems from an organization that is worldwide, international. So it doesn't matter where you are. It creeps there. But the what I love about this place is the immigration of like they still haven't lost it completely. You know, they still have this vast, like they still have their culture. They still have their and this vast nature, mountains and forests, and so it's a combination of like civilization, quote unquote, with nature. It's like a combination. So they still haven't completely lost it. It's still not all industrialized, you know, all tall buildings everywhere. Like it's still not like this city. Like, yeah, if you go to Bratislava, then yeah, they're fucked. They completely lost it over there. Yeah, it's like New York for Slovakia, right? Same for every city. You have for every country, you have a city, the most advanced, like the capital usually, and it's like most advanced, etc., quote unquote, right? Because it's usually the shittiest. Like it would be like the busy streets, you know, the noise and like everyone running around and like restaurants and shops everywhere and like just everyone chasing their own tails, surviving tall buildings, pollution, you know, just everyone cramped together. It's like everything is like automatic, industrialized, like everyone rushing. It's city life, I used to. Big city life, trying to get my. Don't remember the words. Anyway, why I did that. So there is good and bad in everything, but so it's about how you look at it. You could be living in a tent and happy. And if you can wake up every morning and, like, for example, like, can you hear the birds? Me being able to be here right now, sit here and do nothing except listen to these birds and speak to you, it's priceless. It's priceless. Like, some people appreciate clothes and shoes and houses and cars and jewelry and How about quiet? How about peace? A friend asked me lately if I am happy. He said I sound happy. I seem happy. I told him that's the wrong question. I'm not looking for happiness. But because it's something that comes and goes, like, and you're happy one day, you're sad another. I'm looking for peace, surrender. I'm looking to be able to deal with any emotion and accept it as it is and learn from it. So it's kind of like asking someone, are you rich? When he doesn't care about money. But I will give the same answer. Yes, I am rich. I have free time. I have time to myself. I have existence. Like it's incredible. The fact that I'm able, like some people are really struggling. And so I was talking to a few friends today that I met here, actually. And they were talking about how poor they are. And I told them, you don't know poor. You don't know poor. You don't wake up every morning thinking, am I gonna eat today? You don't wake up every morning thinking, how am I gonna get by? You don't worry about things like malaria and like you're thinking about a paycheck and how to live comfortably. And when you don't live comfortably, you complain. I think like half the world sound like that. And we live in this little, like we're connected, but we're so disconnected from the real world. Because if you, that's the thing, we develop a view of the world based on what we see online, on media, and that's not the real world. You don't see 4 billion people struggling. You think that what you see, like, when you see someone like that, you think it's rare. You don't understand. That's the normal. That's the norm. If you have a house, you're rich. Like if you have a car, you're super rich. The fact that you are able to go to restaurants and the fact that you're able to just sleep quietly at that you have a room, like you know how many people don't like live in like a mud tent, like a little shed, like you know how many people eat what they catch that day? That's poor. And I don't even see it as poor. You're talking about money and like resources. I think the true poor people are the people that don't appreciate what they have. See, because you can have nothing and be rich. As Bob Marley said, some people are so poor, all they have is money. And that's so true. When you chase this money because you're coming from a place of survival and you don't want to survive, so you're chasing this money, and then your goal shifts to being rich, to having abundance, to having a lot. But the problem with that is that it stems from fear, from scarcity, because it's not like you're trying to escape something instead of creating. And so, yeah, it comes from scarcity. It comes from a mentality of lacking, and when you chase that, you forget what actually matters, and then you focus you focus on that material thing because you think it will bring you happiness and the freedom that you want, not realizing that nothing external will make you happy. Nothing external will fix what you feel inside. Some people travel the world to run from themselves. You can never run from yourself. There isn't enough jewelry and cars and whatever it is that you might buy that will make you happy. So the same person can be in, people can be in the same exact situation and have a complete different reaction to it. Complete different feeling about it. Complete different way of seeing it. Let me give you an example. I don't know if I hope I'm not repeating myself because the video cut off and I'm not sure what I'm gonna give this example. See, I was in war, right? And I can tell you most soldiers were very unappreciative of what we did have. And you might think, what? It's war, bro. What? Well, let me tell you something. For example, we got this combat, which it's food, right? Rations. And so many people complain about them. So many people complain about them. And they're obviously you're not at a restaurant, and you're not gonna get house food and a restaurant food, and you're gonna get something that they make in batches. They have to make a lot of it. It's not gonna be the best, but it's good. And let me tell you, I enjoyed it so I was looking forward to eating the food. It was in abundance, and I appreciated the nutrition that I'm getting from it. And I ate so much, and that's why I was happier. And when people were sitting in their phones all day, scrolling through social media, I was working out. I was reading books. I was improving my something. I was contemplating. I was learning, and I learned to appreciate it a lot more. So I used the time for good, and I used it to grow, and I felt better, and also it brought people together. You work out, you bring other people to work out, you motivate them. I brought like a speaker. We played music, we danced. Like, you can create, you bring you to every place. And so I'm gonna give another example, like a computer game. I don't know if I said this, but I don't know hope I'm not repeating myself. But let's say, when you play a game, let's say you play an MMORPG, and so you got a character, and you're a rogue, right, or a necromancer, and whatever you do in that game, whatever gear you get, no matter what you do, you can't take anything out of that game and bring it into real life, right? So it doesn't really matter. The actual, like if you fight a dungeon and you get this new dagger, it's meaningless, really. It was fun getting it, maybe it was fun playing, but maybe not too, because some people get so frustrated. They're playing a video game and they get frustrated and mad, and they might break their keyboard or something, or their PlayStation, whatever. The point is, some people are playing games and not enjoying them. Which is another example of it is you bring yourself to the situation, not the situation to you. And so, but what do you get from it? So if life is this video game and you're a rogue or you're a necromancer like me, uh, the lesson, you get the lesson. So that's what you do take out of that game, because that dagger that you were very hard trying to get, spending so much time and energy on that hardship might taught you something. It taught you how to get over something, to think, to solve a problem. You can learn from it, and you can take that out of the game to real life, strategy, whatever it is, communication. You can learn. I learned English playing games, video games, when I was very young, like 10 years old, playing online games, specifically EverQuest. That's how I learned my English, a video game. So, and Eminem. So focus on what you can take from this life is the point. When you chase that riches, and it comes from a place of fear, it comes from a place of scarcity. So first of all, you develop dependence on something outside of you, because if you don't get it, you're gonna feel bad. If you get it, you're gonna want more, because it makes you feel good, right? So in this endless chase of happiness through material things which are finite, when you can chase the infinite joy, the ultimate ecstasy, by looking inside, because all experiences stem from inside. When I'm touching this tree, I'm not feeling that, like the sensation is I'm creating it. How do I know? If you cut off someone's neurological connections, they lose their feelings, right? You lose you can lose physical feeling. You have to have it connected to the brain, and the brain connected to your consciousness. I should say your consciousness embodies your brain and your body for temporarily, so that you can be in this game and learn a few things and take them back. So the thing is, how do you get to that point? How can you do that? Well, you have to first appreciate what you have, so that you can think clearly and objectively. When you're able to do that, and you realize that you're projecting yourself and your life is a result of how you see it, how you see the world, you create it. You attract what you are, and also what you hate and what you fear, because that's how the universe teaches you. You attract what you don't want. That's your lesson. When you're too scared, and when you run away from that, and when you're distracted, and when you're operating out of scarcity and out of fear, then you chase the material things, something you can hold on to, because it gives you this feeling. This is something I can touch. I can hold on to this, so it feels good. I have some security. Who needs security? People who are scared. People who don't realize that they are untouchable. People who live in fear, people who are programmed and don't look inside, look outside. Because let me tell you, when you look outside, people will sell you something. They will use it. You will be taken advantage of. You will be misled. You will be manipulated. Be sure of it. So when you look for outside, you put your control outside of you. You let go of control. And so the antidote is being sure. Being sure is believing. You have to believe. And in order to believe, you have to look inside. And that's how you find that peace, quiet, and that's how you see the world then. Because when the peace and quiet comes from inside, from within, then you look without, and like every experience that we experience that comes from within first, you will see a better world, you will see what you are. And so when someone does something to you and it affects you in a way, know that it means something about you, not them. This doesn't matter what it is, it's a lesson for you. If someone is able to trigger you, you're the problem. Because you willingly accepted it. So, you could have the world and lose your soul. It's not worth anything. It's all temporary. You have to take the lesson with you. That's the only thing that stays. And the love that you give. Because you are infinite, other people are as well, everyone are. So you're gonna meet in the next life. And everything comes to light. Everything. Literally everything. Everything comes to light. And those things last. Your relationships, they last. That's the beauty of it. So create those. Neglect the material, neglect the bodily things, the shallow, negligible, temporary things, and focus on the permanent, infinite, immortal part of you. So if you went to that, you played that, you're playing this Diablo 2 game and you got a nice wand for your necromancer, don't focus on the wand, focus on what you had to do to get that wand and what you learned from getting it and how much stronger you got here and better by getting that wand. Because that wand doesn't last, but the lesson does. And so it's all about perspective and proportion. And you can be rich and poor. You can be rich in money and poor in everything else. Or you could be poor in money, which means really nothing these days, and be so rich in everything else, and have such a great experience and special, unique one, which is all is, but you can make it so much better, and you can learn so much more if you just focus. So you will feel what you focus on, and you will be amazed how you can change your life once you realize that. And I'm not trying to sound like to preach to anyone. I have my problems, I have my issues, but let me tell you, it's night and day from what it was, because I'm a very troubled person, very, very much. Since a young age, obviously I felt so different all the time and made life pretty difficult social-wise and etc. But I'm so introverted and overthinker that everything becomes a problem. So for me, where I'm at right now and how I got here, it's incredible. For so many years I didn't even know what I was looking for. And so I found the richest, I'm the richest man in Babylon, because I don't need anything to be happy. And when you're happy with nothing and you realize that this really is nothing, that only all you have is inside, and when you truly realize that, then you're rich. You're independent, you're in control, you're God. So when people complain about being poor, complain about their government and their lives, they really, and let me make this clear, right? I'm not saying that everything, like, you're not in control of someone. We're in the physical world. Someone can force physically, because it's not you, because it's not ours, we can manipulate it and use it for bad. So when you focus on that physical and you create this dependence, someone can come and damage it, but they can never touch your soul. And when you understand that you're really untouchable, which is who you truly are, it's kind of like someone killing you if someone kills you in a video game, you just respawn, right? You don't sit there scared for, like, you don't let that control your life or your video game experience. You just revive and you go on, right? It's the same with life. And when you truly realize that, then you can't be touched. You're untouchable. And nothing can really bother you. Not really. Not on the soul level. Yeah, you could be affected on the earth 3D dimension, bodily, material, biological level, psychological, like in this illusion, because that's how we learn. But it doesn't alter your soul. So it doesn't, even if someone can come and kill you, he didn't actually do anything to you. He reflected his own problems and his issues on your avatar in this illusion. Nothing really happened to you. You're fine. You're just gonna go again. He needs to learn the lesson. You're fine. That's the irony of it. So appreciate what you have, because first of all, someone can end it. Second of all, what I mean is, I'm joking a little bit, right? But what I mean is, this is not a given, and it could be a lot worse. And it is not worse or better. It is what you want it to be. And you can create the best out of the worst. You can create the worst out of the best. You can be rich and feel like shit. You can be poor as shit and feel like rich. You can do anything. As long as you focus, you realize that, and you focus within, not without. Then you're in control. Then you're a force to be reckoned with. Then you can alter, change, grow, shape your life. First you have to realize that you're immortal. That's how you get rid of that fear. You're untouchable. So when people I want to take the other side as well. I've seen some people in the worst situations. I've seen poor people that don't have a lot of money, that survive month by month, you know. They will give you food. They will give you shelter, they will give you love, they will give you a blanket, they will give you what they don't have because they're rich inside. They don't need material things. But try to owe the bank 100 euros. Try that. You will get calls. You will get a billion, multi-billion business, probably the biggest in the world, will ruin your life for an imaginary, illusionary money that doesn't really exist, like numbers on a screen, zeros and O's. It has no true value in real life, but they will ruin your life for it. That's being a part of the system. But yeah, this video is not about that. But we can connect it because it doesn't have, see, when you let your feelings and your emotions be reliant on how much money you have and what you have physically, then you're in the control of other people as well. And so the point of this video is, as I said in the beginning, you do not see the world as it is, you see it as you are. Repeat that. Say that every morning, say that every evening. That's a great mantra to have. I say it all the time. That and fuck it. Should I do it? Should I? Fuck it. Let's do it. You know? That's my two mantras for life. Because when you say it all the time and you internalize it, and next time you get mad, next time you get angry, next time you get depressed, you stop and you say like, whoa, wait a minute. Why is it making me feel this way? Then you start asking questions. That's how you get. And you ask, why is it making me feel this way? Not, why is he doing that to me? Why is she like that? Why are they like that? Stop that. Look and does it bother me? Is the question. If someone comes up to you and slaps you or steals your money, that's them. Why does it bother you? Well, you might say, oh, because now I have less money. Yeah. And people lose their lives. What are you talking about? And even that doesn't matter in the universal sense, in the deepest sense, the highest sense. Doesn't matter. Just another reincarnation. Another experience. So on that note, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Whoever you are, I hope you found value, something in this monologue. And I hope that it improves your life in some kind of way. And on that note, again, thank you, and always remember, we are all immortal souls in temporary bodies. Don't be afraid.